Hi everyone, this session is going to go through some revision for Leisure Unit 1 and 2, which is Sport and Holidays and Travel. So the first thing you're going to need to do, you're going to be using two sides of plain paper today, or lined, so you may want to do this starter task on just like some scrap paper or in the back of your books or something. So you're going to need to draw out this table, which is neatly divided into the medieval, early modern and modern eras that we study, and then the two units, sport and travel and holidays. You need to just bullet point 5 facts into each box to refresh your memory, just to make sure that everything you've learned, because all this stuff's been in lockdown, is at the forefront of your brain. So go ahead, pause the video and do this table in some rough paper or in the back of your books. So I'd like to introduce you to something known as the Cornell note-taking method. This is just another one of those different ways that you can use to revise. So if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work, but at least you've tried it. But it's a way of getting key bits of information all on one page. So all you need to do is exactly as I'm doing on the screen. You're going to get two pieces of paper, sport and holidays and travel. Then you're going to divide them like so. So you're going to have a little bit to the left, and then you're going to have a little bit at the bottom as well. I'll tell you what goes in each section. So in the biggest section, you're going to need 5 key facts about the medieval era, 5 key facts about the early modern era, and 10 key facts about the modern era. Purely because that tends to be the era where your textbook goes into a bit more detail. Then, corresponding with your key facts, on the left, you need to do pictures to represent each fact. Or if you know categorically the pictures do not work for you, you can do the most important fact per era. So you would have 3 bullet points down that left-hand side rather than 20 little pictures. It's up to you. Do what you kind of feel best suits you. Or again, you can try it out. You can do pictures on one and one most important fact on the other and see which you remember the best. And then at the bottom, there is a space for a summary of the changes. Now, I've deliberately selected that as your heading because your unit is all about change over time. So it's really, really essential you're able to understand what has changed and why those changes take place. So it might be things to do with technology, changes in taste, ease of access, world events might change sport, things like that. So this is probably going to take you anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes each page. So that kind of tells you how much detail you're expected to go into. So pause the video, go ahead and do that now, please. So we're going to have a go at a practice 5 marker, which you're going to need to email to your teacher. Now, last lesson, you either did a teacher sir or a self sir. So you're going to need to do the opposite. So if last lesson your teacher wanted it self-served, this you're just going to email, or if they want you to self-serve it, then they will make that clear to you. There's a choice of 4 questions on the board. You need to choose at least one of those to answer and email us. So you've got describe medieval holy days, describe the effect package holidays had on tourism, describe sport for poor people in the medieval era, and describe spectator sport in the 20th century. Now, in terms of layout for this question, because it's a describe question and it's 5 marks, it's nice and easy. You just need to write me 5 sentences minimum about your chosen topic and include some context as well. And on the next slide is a mark scheme to help you out with that. So your show my homework session for tomorrow, you guys have kind of got a bit more choice in terms of what you want to do. But obviously this should hopefully be our last lesson in lockdown 3.0. So we didn't really want to start anything new. So we're in a very unique opportunity situation where you can kind of decide how you want to do your learning for the next hour's worth of work. Either way, you're going to be choosing one of the units and making a revision tool, but we don't mind what that is. You could do flashcards, mind maps, you could do revision clocks, which are where you spend 5 minutes on a specific topic, just writing, and then move on to the next topic, and so on and so on. And that's quite a quick way of doing it. If you find that the day is going really slowly, I'd maybe try the clock method, and that might re engage you a bit more. You do need to email this to us at the end of the session tomorrow, just so we can check what you're doing. Therefore, it must obviously be an hour's worth of work. We don't want to be seeing posters with like 3 sentences and felt tip. You are much better than that. Obviously, this will go and show my homework again tomorrow, but just to kind of introduce to you what you're doing so you don't do the same thing twice. Enjoy!